Yeah, Project 95. If you could make out what that was, you're pretty good at interpreting nonsense sounds. Um, I'm at the Avenue part of the first set here. In night 2 in Seattle, 10/3/95, October 3rd, 1995. Welcome back to Project 95. This one was a complete show. It's funny, like if you if you're someone like me, like if they played this show like tomorrow, like people would lose their shit, right? You think? I constantly feel like that, like a Maze opener, right? Maze, Gula, Foam is, and then they go acoustic. They do the shitty old freeze. Manu Septon yesterday, Avenue, Sample, YM first set closer. Timber, Ice, Sparkle, Hood, mid set, Hood. All right. Billy Breathes, Fought. Yeah. 2 exclamation points. It's so funny. I was most psyched to see Fought clearly. Either, I lose my pen or something? Like, the night before, I started to kind of get into a groove. Here, literally, the only note of exclamation is Fought, gets 2, and Fought got the same number of exclamation points as the length of the first set. But I think that is worth noting. They played like an hour and 20 minutes first set. And as I said before, I guess the other night, second set, but most of these sets are like, have been like an hour. And not that anybody was like, what's going on? But now that would be weird. But looking back, like if you got a show tomorrow, they're not playing. They're not on tour. So they're not going to do this tomorrow, probably. With Maze, Foam, Manu Septon yesterday, Avenue, YM, Hair, Hood, Split, Coil. Like, you shit your pants. In a good way. In a good way. So a lot was going on around with this show. Just listening to Trey talk smack about the chess game. My brother asked what "Don't We Will Crush You" meant, and I'm like, yeah, it's just Trey talking trash about chess. Is the first person to talk trash about chess, you think? Maybe? I don't know. I'm sure they have ways. I'm sure Magnus Carlsen has passive aggressive ways of talking shit to the computer he beat at chess. But yeah, Jam Boys had a thing going last night about, we've talked about the energy and the precision, like those things keep coming up. Today, Romans was talking about just Trey's ability to, especially in this era of writing for him, just to come up with these really like lilty, sort of chill but bouncy melodies. There's even a hint of like melancholy in them. Manu Septon yesterday was one of them. Davis mentioned Tila, Horn. What were the other ones? I can't see them. something on my phone. But you're hearing that tonight. To me, this opening sequence, I'm big into sequences. Like, okay, you open with Maze. All right, well, now what? Are you going to pull back? Or are you going to string together an interesting suite of songs? That's what I love about this band, and they did it. They did it this night. They must. Baby Gramps opened again. I don't know if you if you knew that. Baby Gramps came out, and I like to hear it go. So Maze Gula to me is it's one of my favorites. It's a great mid-tempo song, whereas as a fan you're always like, okay, I understand this song here, but I'd rather it were a different. They have all these song categories, right? They got openers, they got closers, they got set pieces, they got the different genres, bluegrass and funk and da 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 da. They also have like a mid-tempo group, and it's like, I'm trying to think what's in it. Gula for me is like the best one, because it's not a ballad. It's not like Fast Enough. They did Fast Enough 2 songs later. It's not Fast Enough for You. It's not fucking Miss You. It's not Drifting in the Sea of Stars. It's not ballady. It's mid-tempo, and it's got it's got the fugue in there. It's got that old school Trey, just like making it hard for no reason, but in a good way. It's got the kick at the end. Stoop doop do da ga, do do cock do 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 da ga, do cock do. Bam. Also, one of the songs that Fisher used to play with Libby and the Lurkers, or like maybe they just played like the verses. I don't know if they played the fugue part. But like Rogue is a great mid-tempo song when like you get punched in the mouth with that maze, and they don't want to pull all the way back, right? So they slide in Gula Papyrus, Rogue. Can't think of more off the top of my head. And then they roll that into Foam, which is like such a sleeper for me. Like, don't sleep on Foam, man. Everybody does, because it's on Junta, and it just gets buried by Divided Sky and Bowie and YEM and all that stuff. Like, Foam is like a low-key banger. So this first set is just constructed in such a 1995 way, where it's like you could feel them trying to they're trying to get everything. That was sometimes one of the criticisms of the band, was like jack of all trades, master of none. Like, they knew all these different genres, but were they really good at any of them? They were. So here you get the chess move, you get this maze rager, then you get this mid-tempo classic, then you get the sort of the silliness of Foam, but again, that juxtaposition of silly, complex, and like energetic kind of thing. Then they pull back Fast Enough, which is a great ballad. I'll take that one over most. Actually used that song at my wedding for the bridal party dance off. Actually wish we did have a dance off then. Then they go acoustic, Blue and Lonesome, which was, this is this is a year removed from the big bluegrass tour. Like Fall '94 was the big when they did like that run of shows with not Scruggs. I wanted some dudes, those dudes, Reverend Mosier, bluegrass guys, and there's all that footage of them playing on the bus and stuff, and like just really working on their bluegrass chops. So this was one of the holdovers from that. Then they did Free again, pre-funk Free. No thanks. And first set YM closer. Is that the second first set YM that we've had? Yes. Greek Theater. So that's kind of interesting. Like that song, that's always been sort of the hallmark song, right? It has everything that Phish is known for, as the sort of intricate composed section. It's got the silly lyrics. It's got the amazing improvisational jam section. The ending, the vocal jam, like it incorporates everything. Whenever I'm trying to, I don't know, whenever someone sort of wanders over over my into my yard, my Phish yard, they're like, oh, what's this all about? What are you working with here? I'll be like, just listen to this and get back to me. If you like it, all right, we can continue. But if not, like, eat shit. Yes. But yeah, and then, second set, again, fought. I should have my stats with me for these videos. I'm going to do that before the next video. I'm going to get my stats and have them handy so that I can look up certain things. But I'm pretty sure I've never seen VOD again. I don't know that they've played it again since. But that I mentioned in the initial post for this show. Sometimes the fact that they're playing a thing outweighs whether the thing is any good or not, and this is one of those where it's like they played FOT, and if you're like, oh, that song with the zoo noises from Picture of Nectar, yeah, it with zoo noises, not that they used. I sound like Buster Bluth right now. Not that they played zoo noises with their instruments. They had the track queued up, which is probably one of those things in their checklist that they have before they go on every tour, where it's like, okay, we got the trampolines, we got the trampolines, we got the vacuum, we got the megaphone, they used to have those ice things. Remember those? Used to be like a workout craze where you put on these socks and you slid. They used to do that during It's Ice. Fucking 90s, man. Bring them back. They probably have that. Like, yeah, let's have the FOT track ready to go at any moment. But yeah, they I mean, that's such a weird section of the show if you look at it, right? So Timber, Jerry, Ice, Although I think they had, like, just like Mike's No More Trampolines, I think they took the ice skate things away. Um, Sparkle, when's the last time you saw Sparkle, bro? Yeah, I'm not complaining. Um, Hood, these hoods, wait till Spokane in like a few nights. I'm gonna, yeah, it's, uh-huh. But then Billy Breathes, Fott, and Adeline, lots of acapella. I keep forgetting that. That was another thing. Like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, like that's, I feel like that's part of what they were doing with these shows in 95 as they were starting to build this following, especially out west. It was like, let's give them a taste of everything. Let's give them the Phish buffet, right? So we got to have a, let's do a silly Fishman thing. That was Fott this night. um, let's give them some mid tempos, some set pieces, like all those stuff I mentioned. Trey was on percussion. Remember I mentioned that yesterday. At the end of sample, he's on that little percussion kit. Like he would just find these moments to get over there and just dick around, really. Um, but acapella is another thing on those lists of on the list of things like we can also do this, right? Like if you can't find something at this if you're at this show for the first time, you can't find something that appeals to you, like that's a YP, bro. That's a you problem. Um, and then Split Coil, just like such a like, just like 95, dude. Split Coil close. And then also 95, Rocky Top standalone encore. Like, huh? Who? Like, people would riot if they got that now. Um, but I have an interesting story. The Coil. So first night I talked about, we were on the rail. Second night we sat way back, like straight back to get the Kuroda effect, to really like soak in um, the the aura of the lights and the music and the crowd and all that stuff. And they're playing Coil, and they slowly leave the stage. Page is out, doing Pages twinkling, and I'm sitting there, and it's one of these moments where it's the end of the show, and it's just, it's great, and it happened so slowly. But like each of the openings, out to the concourse in the Seattle Arena, like literally like four of them down this side and like two of them down this side, the 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 arena staff starts coming out to be like, wait, what the fuck is this? Right? They've been listening to this crazy eclectic show, and now this dude is just, just again twinkling on this piano, and they're like, is this the same? It had that. They must have been like, is this the same band? Did someone else come out? So during that Page piano outro, like literally you could see them one by one. They came out and they were like, oh shit. And they stood there like, wow, kind of like dumbfounded almost. I'll never forget that. It was, I thought, such a compliment, a testament to the impact that of this band. Yeah, so it's back to back, two just doozies in Seattle, and then got actually an off day tomorrow. So come back for more side quests tomorrow, and then we're off to Portland. Portland Coliseum, Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon, on October 5th. I look forward to seeing you there.